Today is day 3 of the 30-day challenge, and it's also the day that we celebrate independence from England that happened over 200 years ago. In the Declaration of Independence, the signers stated that all men are created equal. What it didn't say was that women and persons of color were also equal. It took us many millennium to get to a place where we as women and people of color could actually declare our independence and to be equal with the men and the signers of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. So what does that mean to you? Well, women were not in leadership positions per se, and yet they exerted a great deal of influence, which is my definition of leadership, with the men in their lives. And oftentimes people like Abigail Adams actually influenced her husband and took leadership in his political career as well as his legal career. So that's sort of how we as women have shown up over the years, is that the power behind the curtain, behind the throne. We influenced and showed our independence through the men that we knew and loved. So what does that mean to you as a network marketing leader? Well, I find it's interesting that network marketing companies and the senior leadership in those companies really hesitate to teach leadership skills to its up and coming leaders. Instead, they teach duplication, they teach recruitment, they teach the art of leveraging promotions. But when I talk to them about, let's teach leadership, let's find a way to retain the members on your team rather than to constantly have to recruit. And there's a hesitation. And I think part of that is that the senior leadership is afraid that if we teach leadership and we actually use leadership, that the up and coming leaders will become independent and take their teams somewhere else. And I say to that, if you have the right product, if you have the right compensation plan, and you have the right promotions, then those leaders will stay. Now, I've also talked to a wonderful woman who's in her 30s who says, well, my generation doesn't need leadership. We're all leaders. We're very independent as a generation. And I say to them, independence is not necessarily leadership. And in fact, I'm not seeing those women of that generation in leadership positions. So what does that mean? I'd love to hear from you as to how you see leadership, independence, and influence.